Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Talib Bilal, faculty FMG. So today I'm here to welcome three sisters who recently qualified FMG Jan 2024 in a very first attempt. So congratulations, Dr. Husna, Dr. Zarnan, and Dr. Arafa. So you guys can introduce yourself.
This is Dr. Zannan person. I graduated from Kazan State Medical University and I cleared my FMG exam in first attempt.
Hello, I'm Dr. Husnain. I completed my MBBS from Kazan State Medical University and I cleared my FMG in this January 2024 and this was my first attempt.
I am Dr. Arfa and I studied from Kazan State Medical University and I cleared my exam recently.
That's great. That's great. So my first question will be how you guys are feeling like all three you cleared it in the first very attempt. Like what was the strategy? When did you guys start preparing for the exams?
Begin with, we are very much happy that we three cleared at our first attempt. And it's a big achievement in itself that we cleared together.
That's great.
Our strategy, to be very honest, we had no strategy when we started to prepare because we started when we were there over there in Russia itself. We were just studying randomly this subject, that subject, but our main focus was to complete that exam first,
University
exam. And we planned to study properly for FMG exam only after coming here and after joining AFMG.
That's great. And what about you, Zarnan?
This is Anil.
Husna.
Yes, sir. I started preparing for FMG on January 2023, but with no guidance and there was no consistency. So it was difficult to complete the subject, and I mainly focused on university exam, then FMGE. Then after coming here, after joining FMG with proper guidance, support, and with that I completed my syllabus.
That's great. That's great. And same strategy to Dr. Arafa as well, right?
Yeah.
Same.
So you guys were having group study or alag-alag करके पढ़ते थे अपना?
We had different timings. They both used to wake up early to study and I used to study till late night and sleep in the morning. And before exam, we used to discuss the topics and we used to discuss what I don't know. I used to ask them and what they don't know. Like that only we completed our portion.
Okay.
We helped each other in preparing the exam. In any exam, we used to help each other in that
That's
way.
great. That's great. So what was your initial strategy? Like after completing the exams from Russia and when you actually entered to the AFMG, so what was your initial strategy? What did you find? You guys find it difficult? Like naya kuch sun raha hai? Because few subjects like we have studied back in first year, anat, physio, biochem. So in the beginning, you guys might have confused. इतना पहले से पढ़ा हुआ था, recall करना मुश्किल है. So what was your initial strategy when you begin with the coaching from AFMG?
The main focus was on that day, whatever we study in the institute in the class, we used to come back home and we used to just, even if we can't study everything, we just used to go page by page before the next class so that we don't find difficult after some time when we open the book again.
और इनिशियली जब हम लोग इनिशियली हमारे प्रिपरेशन में बहुत डिफिकल्टी फील किए थे क्योंकि एक ही दिन में इतने सारे टॉपिक्स पढ़ना कवर करना तो वो डिफिकल्ट था। फिर जैसे फैकल्टी मेंबर हम लोग को गाइड करते थे कि ये पढ़ना है, इसमें ज्यादा फोकस करना है, फिर हम लोग को इसमें ज्यादा करने से मतलब सिलेबस कंप्लीट हो गया तो हम लोग वैसे करते गए, फिर हम लोग के लिए इजी होता गया।
That's great. That's great. And to you, Dr. Arafa?
Same. Actually, it's not even like it's the first time we were studying. We were also studying in the university like properly for the class, for the exams. So it was, yeah.
That's great. That's great. So how did you guys divide your time? Notes पे कितना time देते थे? MCQs पे कितना time देते थे? Revisions पे कितना time देते थे? So for example, if you had 8 hours of classes per day, then how did you divide the rest of the time for MCQs and the revisions?
हम लोग जैसे क्लास से आने के बाद 15 to 20 मिनट रेस्ट ऐसे लेते थे, फिर उसके बाद जो भी क्लास में पढ़ाया जाता था उसी को हम लोग रिवाइज करते थे। इनिशियली फर्स्ट 3 months we didn't practice any MCQ. After I think in November, from November we started practicing MCQ.
That's
so
great.
Initially,
and that too we got confidence like we can solve this MCQ by practicing from Dr. Talib's Telegram channel.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. I'm glad that my channel has helped and I'm a part of an FMG as well. So yes, the credit goes to the whole team, and we are very glad that okay, we can make the differences in the lives of you guys. You guys are trusting the AFMG. So yes, our motive is to provide the quality education. So which role did AFMG play in your preparation, to be honest?
Honestly, to begin with, we had, as I said, we had no strategy. After joining FMG only, we understood like what we have to plan and how we have to divide the time. And the teachers, just as you and Dr. Omkar and Dr. Vikas, we used to ask like, हम कैसे पढ़े, कहाँ पढ़े, and even we used to ask like how to divide the time. If you helped a lot in making the timetables, and you said ऐसे पढ़ो, वैसे पढ़ो, practice करो. Even when we were feeling down, you said like तुम लोग कर सकते हो, just keep doing, keep doing.
Exactly. I remember, like after completing my OB/GYN classes in Chennai, Trivandrum, you guys used to talk, and I used to tell the same verse: "You are on the right track, just follow." And as I said, that you should trust the source. So, Dr. Arafa, you tell me, like you studied all your 19 from AFMG, right? So, ever felt that the source is not sufficient, source is not enough, I need to go somewhere else?
For some subjects, I did feel that, but I didn't change the source.
Okay, you trusted the source.
Yeah. But
Okay, you
still,
stick to the same source.
yeah.
Okay, that's it. So, how about you, Zarnain and Husna?
सेम हम लोग कुछ सब्जेक्ट्स थे जिसमें हम लोग को लगा कि इसमें और थोड़ा होना चाहिए था, लेकिन फिर हम लोग के पास टाइम भी नहीं था, तो हम लोग को सोर्स चेंज नहीं करना था। जो हम लोग को दिया जाता था वो हम लोग कंप्लीट करते थे, और जो हमें लगता था कि और पढ़ना चाहिए इसमें, वो हम लोग कहीं और से पढ़ लेते थे और एमसीक्यू कर लेते थे।
That's great. That's great. And same goes to you, right?
Yeah.
So if we talk about your UG days, right? So everyone, while being in third year, fourth year, and final year, we have that thirst अब जाके वापस जाना होगा in the last years that we need to clear this FMG exams, right? So how did you got to know about this AFMG? कि वहां से आके आना है, we have to join the AFMG because there are a lot of institutes, right? So what made you to join AFMG?
When we were in final years, we used to ask our seniors, कौन सा institute अच्छा है, कहाँ से पढ़े, क्या करे. And initially we had planned to go other institutes, but our dad insisted on joining AFMG because when we were preparing for that exam, he was preparing for us to come here. He used to ask many institutes, he used to make many calls and ask like which institute is best, where my kids will stay and study, and किसके through से इन लोग को अच्छा results आएगा. He was more focused on our future when we were preparing for our current situation.
Okay. So you trusted
It
AFMG?
was our father who
Insisted on joining AFMG.
That's great. So you might have heard from your seniors as well, those who have joined AFMG before, right?
Yes, to our seniors actually made us confused. कहाँ join करें? Some said like this one is better, and another one says this one is better. तो हम लोग decide नहीं कर पा रहे थे कि कहाँ जाएं.
Exactly. So apart from the AFMG classes, right? AFMG has tests and discussions. AFMG has quick revision sessions, rapid revisions, rapid fire sessions, right? So what role they did play in your preparation and how one should use that?
लास्ट टाइम में तो कुछ नया, मतलब जो भी हम लोग ने पहले से पढ़ा हुआ था उसके लिए भी टाइम नहीं था रिवाइज करने के लिए. तो ये लास्ट टाइम में बस यही सब कुछ हम लोग पढ़ रहे थे, क्यूआरएस सेशन और नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, या बस यही सब पढ़ रहे थे हम लोग.
Exactly. So what are the differences you guys felt after joining QRS? आपको लगता था कि बस हाँ, we can recall all the things that you have studied in the main course?
नहीं,
It was covering all the high topics, right?
Yes.
अब जैसे हम लोग के पास लास्ट 10 डेज था, हम इस 10 डेज में सारे सब्जेक्ट तो रिवाइज नहीं कर सकते थे, तो हम लोग क्यूआरएस को 2-3 बार अच्छे से रिवाइज किए, तो उसी में से सारे जो भी इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक्स थे कवर हो जाते थे, तो वो हम लोग को थोड़ा कॉन्फिडेंस देता था कि हाँ हम लोगों ने 19 सब्जेक्ट रिवाइज कर लिए हैं.
And also when we joined the QRS session, we were answering back to back. It gave us confidence कि okay हम लोग ये पढ़े थे, अभी तक याद है, तो एग्जाम में भी याद नहीं होगा.
Exactly. That's great. So you guys have started giving GTs in the last 2 months, right? Mock test. Yes. So how many GTs you guys give?
We gave only 2 GTs, that too during January.
Okay.
प्रेप लैडर वाला फिर एफएमजी वाला भी दिए थे.
Okay.
We were practicing MCQs, but we were like GTs देंगे, अगर रिजल्ट अच्छा नहीं आया तो आगे नहीं पढ़
We were
पाएंगे.
scared to give GTs.
We could
actually.
have increased our marks by giving more GTs, but we were scared.
So
We
after
didn't want to
giving,
put
after
that
giving like 1 GT, चाहे आपने एक दिया चाहे 2 दिया, your score might have changed, right?
Yes.
Yes,
So
yes.
so what was the anxiety role that played at that time? What was your like you were anxious at that time? How did you tackle that anxiety? जब score देखा कि नहीं, it's not up to the mark, because everyone while giving GTs, even if you get 200, you feel like no, it might be easy because writing exams for the first attempt, ऐसा लगता है कि वहाँ पता ही नहीं क्या पूछ रहे हैं. You had no idea what's exam all about. You had no idea what type of the questions will come. So वहाँ जाके जब GT दिया पहली बार, so how did you guys felt? Motivated and anxious कि you guys felt like नहीं अभी और पढ़ना चाहिए, कुछ आता नहीं है.
Before starting the GT, we used to discuss like जो भी मार्क आएगा हम लोग एक दूसरे के साथ डिस्कस नहीं करेंगे, because we know एक का ज्यादा होगा एक का कम होगा. We shouldn't make that anxiety move for the other one who got the less marks.
जैसे आपने बताया था कि मतलब
एग्जाम के बाद
marks.
डिस्कस नहीं करना. We used to practice that since our GT itself. और during the GT also we used to feel like हम लोग घर पे ही बैठ के देते हैं तो लगता है कि एक बार गूगल में देख ही लेते हैं क्या है आंसर. फिर भी no, we have to do it because एग्जाम करीब है और हम लोग को तो एग्जाम में देखने को तो नहीं मिलेगा, तो यहीं से प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, ऐसे कर देते हैं. Nearing exam we were very much panicking, to be very honest. बहुत पैनिक हो रहे थे. And with our family, our sister, brother, mummy, daddy, they helped us a lot, they supported us a lot. And our dad used to say like कि ये कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है, अगर इस बार नहीं होगा तो अगली बार भी हो जाएगा, इसमें कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. Just do your best. Result जो होगा वो होगा,
देखा जाएगा.
Don't back it off at this point. ऐसे ही
Yes,
बोलते.
I got it. Yes, the parent support is always there. Parents का support हो तो you can achieve every single thing, right? So out of all like you three, Arafa was scoring always right. Yeah, she was answering in anatomy questions as well. I still remember. So you guys were scared कि अरफा ने अगर ज्यादा स्कोर कर लिया तो क्या करे, अरफा का हो गया हमारा नहीं हो गया, तो एक डर था.
नहीं, हम लोग को पहले से जब हम लोग कजान में रहते थे फर्स्ट ईयर में हम लोग का ऐसा था, अगर हम में से किसी का नहीं एक का भी हो जाएगा तो हम लोग तीनों के लिए वो इट्स लाइक विन. अगर एक का भी हो जाता है तो हमारे लिए वो विन है. अगर बाकी दोनों का या फिर बाकी एक का नहीं हुआ तो ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, कम से कम एक का तो हो गया. तो ऐसा था हम लोग का.
We never used to compete with each other.
That's great.
ये था कि अरफा हमेशा थोड़ा हम लोग से थोड़ा ज्यादा ही स्कोर करती थी. We used to say like अच्छा तो कब पढ़ लेती है, हमें बताया भी.
So how much you scored, Arafa? 195, right? Yes. And you?
173.
And I got 150.
Nice. See, the score doesn't matter in the end. What matters, you guys passed in a very first attempt. This is a screening exam. I have told you multiple times. You remember? I told you either you score 150 or 250. Same passing certificate मिलने वाला है. Same internship मिलने वाली है. कुछ नया ही नहीं है. But you guys have to shine in INICT and NEET PG exams. That's the main goal, है ना? Okay. So apart from this, like, what advice you want to give to the recent appearing people who will give the FMG exams? What will be your advice for them?
एडवाइस मैं अपने जूनियर्स को दूंगी कि जीटीज थोड़े पहले से ही स्टार्ट कर ले.
That's what I used to tell you when I came like in October. I used to tell you GT start करो, whether कुछ भी score हो. I told you either you score 140, you start giving GTs. You will get to know at least if you think your pharmacology is strong, if you think your OB-GYN is strong, if you think your patho is strong. After giving GT, you will get to know where are you lacking. Are you getting my point? And one more thing I used to tell you, कुछ भी हो दिन के 50 MCQ लगा दो. That's why I started posting every day's MCQs just to ace your preparations and boost you. Okay. So yes, just tell me what will be your advices.
वही कि जैसे हम लोग लास्ट में जीटी स्टार्ट किए थे ऐसा नहीं करे, थोड़ा पहले से ही स्टार्ट कर ले. और जो जीटी देंगे तो सुबह में देना चाहिए, क्योंकि जो भी हम लोग की क्वेश्चन रॉन्ग आए हैं, आंसर्स रॉन्ग आए हैं, उसको उसी दिन सही कर लेना चाहिए. हम लोग क्या करते थे, जिस दिन जीटी देते थे फिर वो पूरा वीक हम लोग थोड़ा 50-50 क्वेश्चंस करके आंसर देते थे, जिसमें उसमें बहुत ज्यादा टाइम लग जाता था. तो ये नहीं करना चाहिए, मुझे लगता है नहीं.
And I'd say, yeah, if you're joining AFMG Institute, stick to the notes. How Dr. Vikas says, ज़्यादा हो कम हो जो भी क्लास में पढ़ा रहे हैं, stick to the notes and revise it as many times as possible. आगे से पढ़े या कहीं और से पढ़े, it will only make you confused and it will only
And about you, Dr. Arafa, what will be your advice to the upcoming aspirants?
Don't be scared. If you didn't start your preparation, just don't be scared.
Trust your agency.
Yeah. If you're following a source, just follow the source.
Follow, just trust the source. That's it, right? So what was your strategy in UG days about your study? Like how you guys used to study in your UG days?
Even from the beginning, only the first year we were confused. Kaise padhe? It was everything was new, place was new, so we were confused and we were scared. But once we got the catch, we used to do the same. हम लोग घर आए, whatever it is, we used to study on the same day and finish it off, and then study again only during the exam days. The same strategy we followed for this exam, and we used to follow over there also.
That's great. That's great.
And I'd say कि मेरे junior को अगर you are studying in a group, like how we used to discuss and how we used to ask each other if we don't know anything, just do the same और पूछ ले, and never feel like you are competing with your roommate or your friend, because when we come here, we are writing exam with many thousands of students. Nobody is our competitor. You have to study for yourself.
Exactly. That's right. That's right. So most of the students after giving the exam saying, sir, revision के लिए time नहीं मिला, I couldn't revise. So how did you guys tackle this revisions, balancing MCQs?
MCQs we started only doing in the last 2 months, and revisions I would say कि QRS session ने बहुत help किया है इसमें, क्योंकि at the last time if you know the basic, अगर class के शुरू से ही पढ़ रहे हो तो you understand the topic, you just need to polish up your memory, and we did it through QRS session.
Exactly. So how about you two?
सेम रिवीजन करने के लिए इतना टाइम तो हम लोग को मिला नहीं, तो हम लोग वही क्यूआरएस को भी बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ के गए थे। लास्ट टाइम में यही हम लोग के पास ऑप्शन था कि या तो तुम 19 सब्जेक्ट रिवाइज करो या फिर क्यूआरएस अच्छे से कर लो। 19 सब्जेक्ट तो पॉसिबल नहीं था, तो हम लोग क्यूआरएस को अच्छे से फॉलो करते थे।
We also made some short notes, like when we first finished our first revision, when we did the second revision, we used to make one liners. Like अगर तुम्हें कोई टॉपिक में कुछ याद नहीं होता है तो just write it down in one line.
जो भी तुम सोचते हो कि तुम्हें ये याद नहीं रहेगा, वो उस टॉपिक को या फिर उस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक को हम लोग लिख लेते थे।
It's like a one liner.
Exactly. You need to break like investigation of choice, drug of choice, pathological bodies, main clinical features, right? So that's what I used to do during my time. You need to break the complex topics into the one-liners, and one-liners you can never forget. One-liner एक बार दिमाग में आया ना, you will get it through, right? So that's a very good advice to the upcoming aspirants that you guys have gave. So 1 week before exams, right? So a lot of students are like लगता है कि सब भूल गया, कुछ याद नहीं है ना? That's that gut feeling you are feeling like ये नहीं पढ़ा, वो रह गया, ये रह गया, है ना? So you three were discussing all these things before 1 week of exams या अलग-अलग अपना-अपना?
We used to feel the same कि कुछ याद नहीं आ रहा है। अगर मेरी बहनें मुझसे बोलती है कि अगर कुछ याद नहीं आ रहा है तो मुझे भी कुछ याद नहीं आता है। मैं बोलती हूँ कि अगर नहीं एग्जाम में हो जाता है, एग्जाम में तो याद आ ही जाता है। इतनी बार पढ़े हैं तो याद तो आ ही जाएगा। At the same time, I used to feel scared. मैं खुद भी डरी रहती हूँ, फिर भी I used to inspire.
तीनों को एंजाइटी होती थी, लेकिन फिर अगर एक को ज्यादा हो रहा है तो बाकी दो उसको समझाते थे कि नहीं हो जाएगा। हम लोग पढ़े हैं, हम लोग को याद है, तो हम लोग क्वेश्चन देखेंगे तो याद आ जाएगा। तो हम लोग ऐसे एक दूसरे को बोलते थे कि टेंशन नहीं है।
And if we forget about something, about a particular topic, we used to question each other. Like if I don't remember, they'll remember, they'll answer, and I'll remember.
और क्वेश्चन भी ऐसे करते थे, खुद से कुछ भी केस बना के, कभी ऑप्शन देते थे, कभी ऑप्शन नहीं देते थे। वो पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक को लेके उसमें खुद अपना केस कुछ भी बना के बाकी दूसरे क्वेश्चन करते थे।
Yes. That's a mutual understanding, and जो तुम लोगों ने साथ में काम किया, that's what yield a good results. All of you got it in the very first attempt, right? So if I'll tell you, what are the 5 subjects you loved the most in the FMG? कौन ऐसे 5 subjects? One by one.
सर्जरी, OBG, फार्माकोलॉजी और पैथोलॉजी था और मेडिसिन.
That's great. So these are the subjects you like were on your top notch, right? And these are the all subjects they are scoring. All of these subjects are like 30 plus, right? So you had an interest more in these subjects, right? Right. That's great. So during your preparation time, a lot of students are like, मैंने social media बंद कर दिया, movie देखना बंद कर दिया, बाहर जाना बंद कर दिया. So what was your strategy in this?
नहीं, हम लोग ऐसे नहीं करते थे। हम लोग का सब चालू ही था। हम लोग जैसे कभी बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रेस हो जाता था तो हम लोग थोड़ा 15 to 20 मिनट इंस्टाग्राम चला लेते थे। फिर
रील्स देख रहे थे, राइट?
We mainly know like not to spend too much time on it. At the same time, not to restrict ourselves and feel like this exam is very stressful. We wanted it to be a normal.
हम लोग ऐसे नहीं किए थे। 15-20 मिनट्स चला लेते थे। हम लोग को पता था कि हम लोग को बस इतना ही टाइम देखना है, फिर पढ़ना है।
फिर
तो
पढ़ना
तो
है।
like, अगर 7 बजे घर आए तो 8 बजे तक कुछ भी कर लो, 8 बजे से बैठ के पढ़ना ही है. It was
That's
like in that 1 hour, whatever you do, it is up to you.
it's up to you, right? Right. Same to Arafa, right?
Yes.
So you just tell me, apart from the classes, right? Apart from the classes, how many hours you used to study? Self study कितने घंटे करते थे?
लोग जैसे क्लास से आने के बाद जैसे 8 o'clock शुरू किए तो टिल 12 o'clock, फिर मॉर्निंग 4:30 या फिर 5 o'clock को उठ जाते थे। फिर ऐसे जब क्लास जाने से पहले तक पढ़ते थे।
And I used to sleep late at night, so I used to study till 2:30 or 3 o'clock. And I never forced myself to wake up early in the morning. I used to wake up 6:30 or 7, and sometimes 7:30 also, because I know I have a long day ahead of me. And I used to say to myself like, okay, only for this 6 months I have to sacrifice this much. So I didn't pressurize myself.
Now you can sleep all day, don't worry.
Yes.
Yeah, you can sleep all day. So after giving the first paper in the exams, right? तीनों का एक जगह सेंटर था?
नहीं, मेरा अलग था, बाकी दोनों का
Okay.
same.
So after the first paper this time was easier, but comparatively to the second paper, right? So what was your like reaction कि पहला पेपर ऐसा हो गया, अच्छा हो गया? So how did you guys feel?
I was confident after first paper, like because I was not good on PSM, but it was easy. So I got my confidence. Yes, I can do it. Like that.
That's great. How about
मेरे
you?
लिए
Nagar?
पेपर 1 थोड़ा टफ लगा, लेकिन पेपर 2 मेरे लिए बहुत अच्छा गया था।
अच्छा लगा. And you?
I was also confident after paper 1. I didn't say anybody like हम लोगों ने discuss ही नहीं किया कैसा गया पेपर. We were just happy and satisfied. देख के ही लग रहा था कि okay अच्छा गया है पेपर, ऐसा था.
Exactly. So after paper 2, right? तो थोड़ा twisted था paper 2, right? So
Yes, yes.
पहले खुशी आ गई, फिर थोड़ा stress आ गया. What was your reaction कि अब क्या होगा? Recall, you guys watched the recall? No recall, right?
हम लोग पहले से हम लोग सोच के गए थे कि पेपर 1 के बाद हम लोग कैसा गया एग्जाम कुछ नहीं पूछेंगे, पेपर 2 के बाद ही हम लोग एग्जाम के बारे में बिल्कुल डिस्कस नहीं करेंगे, फिर घर आने के बाद ही हम लोग रिकॉल बिल्कुल नहीं देखेंगे, जो भी हम लोग को देना था दे चुके, अब जो भी रिजल्ट आएगा फिर देखा जाएगा, यही था हम लोग
That's
का।
great. That's great. That's what feels a great results. And there is not a इससे बड़ी खुशी क्या ही हो सकती है कि you three got it in a very first attempt, and how proud moment for your parents as well, right? So what was your parents' reaction after watching all you three pass the exam?
हम लोग का पहले यही था कि मतलब अगर एक का रिजल्ट सुनने के बाद फिर पूछेगी बाकी दोनों का, फिर बाकी दोनों का सुनने के बाद ही हम लोग का रिएक्शन था। ऐसे नहीं कि पहले सुन के फिर पास, मतलब जैसे पहले का सुन लिया पास हो गए, फिर कोई रिएक्शन नहीं, दूसरे का सुन लिया पास, कोई रिएक्शन नहीं, फिर
Reaction.
थर्ड का सुन के पास, फिर रिएक्शन था हम लोग सब।
That's great. That's great. That's great. You all did wonders in a very first attempt. So, which last few questions? Okay. So, which part of an AFMG played a vital role? अगर इतने courses की बात की जाए, right? We have a lot of things in an AFMG, but which part you love the most?
Forest session बहुत useful था.
It was very useful, right? And I've told you multiple times, QRS अच्छे से कर लेना. You remember in my classes, I used to tell you that you will get QRS and वो अच्छे से करना, because that's all high yielding, and you might have got a lot of questions from them, direct questions, है ना? Right? So it was very good to have an interview with you all three, and the advices, your success stories, it will be an inspiration to a lot of people right now. Okay, tomorrow once the viewers will watch it, they will get to know how it is, because यहाँ पे दो भाई बहन का होता है, वो भी स्ट्रेस में इतना चले जाते हैं, भाई इसका हो गया मेरा क्या होगा, and when it's about three, it's more stressful, right? So we are thankful, whole AFMG team is thankful, we are glad that we are the part of your success, we could yield the good
We
result.
are very thankful to the whole team of AFMG. Everybody played an important role in clearing this
A
exam.
lot.
They have been with us till the last day of exam. Even now, they are enjoying our happiness and they are happy in our happiness.
That's great. That's how the family is built, and that's the motive. We need to provide and quality things. And I hope you will enjoy now, and you'll start your internship soon. Take the pace with you. Study while your internship as well, and get the NEET PG done, INICT done. You guys are going to do wonders, inshallah. Guys, thank you for your stories, for sharing your stories. Thanks a lot. Okay.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.